Behind London's famous gates lies a residence so grand, it's valued at nearly $4.9 billion, the most expensive home in the world. Buckingham Palace isn't just where Britain's monarch lives. It's a living monument to power, history, and unimaginable luxury. From its humble beginnings as a duke's townhouse to its transformation into a 775-room royal fortress, every corner holds stories of political intrigue, priceless art, and centuries-old traditions. Inside are treasures beyond value: Rembrandts, gold-plated banquet halls, secret passageways, and the largest private garden in London. This is where world leaders are welcome, national celebrations unfold, and history is written behind gilded doors. Today, we step inside its walls to uncover the beauty, the secrets, and the future of this legendary palace. Standing in the heart of London, behind its iconic black and gold gates lies a residence so valuable that even billionaires can only dream of affording it. Buckingham Palace, home to Britain's monarchs for over 180 years, isn't just a building. It's a living, breathing piece of history, wrapped in opulence and tradition, and it holds the staggering title of the world's most expensive home, valued at around $4.9 billion. But this jaw-dropping price tag isn't just about gold chandeliers or marble staircases. Every inch of its 39 acres tells a story. Coronations, royal births, political decisions that shaped nations, and celebrations that brought millions to its gates. The palace is more than walls and windows. It's a symbol, a representation of the British monarchy's power, legacy, and influence, admired and envied worldwide. Its value comes not only from its prime location in central London, but from the priceless treasures inside: paintings by the greatest masters, rare antiques, and the sheer historical weight of the events it has witnessed. Owning such a place? Impossible. This isn't a mansion you can buy. It's part of a nation's identity. And as we pull back the velvet curtain, you'll see that the $4.9 billion figure is just the start of Buckingham Palace's incredible story. Long before it became the epicenter of royal life, Buckingham Palace began as something far more humble: a large townhouse built in 1703 for the Duke of Buckingham. Back then, it was called Buckingham House, surrounded by open fields and far from the bustling London we know today. Its purpose was simple: a grand private residence for one of the most influential nobles of the era. But fate had bigger plans. In 1761, King George III purchased the house for Queen Charlotte as a family retreat, away from the formalities of St. James's Palace. It became known as the Queen's House, a more intimate royal home where their children could grow up away from public glare. Over time, however, the monarchy's needs outgrew its walls. The true transformation came in the 1820s under King George IV, who envisioned a palace worthy of Britain's global power. He commissioned architect John Nash to redesign and expand the house into a grand neoclassical masterpiece. Lavish marble, ornate carvings, and an imposing facade turned the once modest home into a royal statement. By 1837, when Queen Victoria ascended the throne, Buckingham Palace officially became the monarch's principal residence, and the world's eyes began to turn toward this new symbol of regal authority. What started as a nobleman's house had evolved into the beating heart of the British monarchy, setting the stage for centuries of history to unfold inside its walls. Buckingham Palace is more than a royal address. It's a stone-clad proclamation of power. Its neoclassical design, shaped in the 1820s by architect John Nash, was built to impress both citizens and foreign dignitaries. The front facade, with its commanding symmetry and Corinthian columns, speaks the language of authority. Every arch, cornice, and carved detail was made to convey that the monarchy was not just surviving, it was thriving. But the palace's architecture isn't about intimidation alone. It's about spectacle. The now iconic central balcony has become a theater for history, where newlywed royals wave to adoring crowds and monarchs address their nation during pivotal moments. Inside, craftsmanship reigns supreme. Ceilings gleam with gold leaf. Plaster moldings frame silk-covered walls, and vast crystal chandeliers pour light over marble floors. It's a space designed not for comfort, but for legacy, a place where every stone and shadow whispers of a monarchy that has endured for centuries, adapting while never losing its grandeur. Step inside Buckingham Palace, and you enter a world built on a scale most can barely imagine: 775 rooms, each serving a distinct purpose. 19 staterooms are the crown jewels of this interior world, hosting banquets, receptions, and ceremonial gatherings under gilded ceilings and surrounded by priceless art. The Grand Ballroom, nearly 37 meters long, is the stage for state banquets so precise that every fork and glass is placed with military accuracy. Behind these public showpieces lie the royal family's private apartments, spaces of elegance and privacy that remain hidden from the public eye. The palace is also a fully functioning workplace, with offices, kitchens, a chapel, and even its own post office. More than 800 staff navigate its labyrinth of service corridors and secret passageways, ensuring that royal life flows without interruption. It's a self-contained city where every door opens to another story and every hallway carries the weight of history. Buckingham Palace is not just a home, it's one of the greatest treasure vaults on Earth. Within its walls lies a portion of the royal collection, a staggering assembly of over 1 million objects spanning centuries of history. The staterooms alone display masterpieces by Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Canaletto, each worth tens of millions. Ornate gilded mirrors reflect light from chandeliers dripping with thousands of crystal droplets, while hand-carved furniture, inlaid with rare woods and gold, speaks of craftsmanship now almost lost to time. Tapestries woven in the 1600s hang beside jewel-encrusted clocks and candelabras, each piece with its own royal story. Some were diplomatic gifts from world leaders, others commissioned by monarchs to mark milestones. The combined value of these treasures is impossible to calculate, not because of market price, but because they form part of Britain's cultural identity. To sell them would be to strip away history itself. Here, art is not merely decoration. It's a living chronicle of the monarchy's power, taste, and influence, carefully guarded within the palace's opulent heart. Beyond the golden grandeur, Buckingham Palace is a living, breathing household, and not just for the royal family. More than 800 staff work here, from chefs and butlers to florists and footmen, creating a rhythm of life that's part tradition, part precision choreography. Mornings begin early, with staff quietly moving through service corridors, polishing silver, arranging fresh flowers, and preparing the Queen's, or now the monarch's, daily schedule. The royal family's private life is carefully shielded, but behind closed doors they enjoy moments of normality, family meals, quiet reading, and even movie nights. Yet life here is far from ordinary. Every day is shaped by centuries-old protocol. The changing of the guard outside is the most visible tradition, but inside, formal dress codes, ceremonial greetings, and strict dining etiquette keep the atmosphere steeped in heritage. It's a place where personal life and public duty merge, where the palace's walls both protect and confine those who live within them. Buckingham Palace isn't just a home, it's a working headquarters for the British monarchy and a political stage of global significance. Here, prime ministers meet the monarch weekly to discuss the affairs of state, continuing a tradition that has endured for generations. The palace hosts incoming heads of state with formal ceremonies that rival anything else in the world, complete with honor guards, carriage processions, and banquets that showcase Britain's soft power. In times of crisis, the palace becomes a symbol of stability. Its windows glow while crowds gather outside for reassurance. During royal jubilees, weddings, and national moments of mourning, it serves as the focal point for millions both in person and watching across the globe. Every corridor, meeting room, and reception hall has witnessed decisions that shape nations. It's not simply the monarch's residence, it's the beating heart of Britain's constitutional monarchy, where history is made quietly, behind gilded doors. Step beyond the palace's grand stone facade, and you enter the largest private garden in London, a lush, 39-acre sanctuary, hidden from the city's chaos. Designed in the 1820s, the gardens are a masterpiece of landscaping, blending manicured lawns with winding pathways, rare trees, and colorful flower beds. At its heart lies a serene 3-acre lake, home to swans, ducks, and herons, with a picturesque island at its center. The gardens host the famous royal garden parties, where thousands of guests mingle with members of the royal family under summer skies, enjoying tea and pastries served on an industrial scale. There's even a tennis court, a helicopter landing area, and sprawling rose gardens whose scent drifts on the breeze. Every season transforms this space. Spring brings blooming magnolias, while autumn paints the grounds in gold and crimson. Though it's a place of beauty, it's also a stage for diplomacy and tradition, where nature becomes part of the palace's royal theater. For all its grandeur, Buckingham Palace holds mysteries the public rarely sees. Beneath its floors and behind its walls, a network of secret passages allows the royal family and staff to move unseen between rooms. There are persistent rumors of tunnels connecting the palace to key London locations, including the Houses of Parliament, though the full truth remains guarded. Ghost stories also linger in palace lore, from the spectral figure of a monk seen in the basement to unexplained footsteps echoing in empty halls. Some tales speak of secret rooms containing artifacts and documents never shown to the public. Even the famous balcony hides surprises, its access through the center room, richly decorated yet rarely photographed. These secrets, whether fact or myth, add to the palace's allure, reminding us that behind the ceremonial splendor lies a building that guards its mysteries as fiercely as it guards its treasures. Though steeped in centuries of tradition, Buckingham Palace is not frozen in time. A massive $500+ million refurbishment project is underway, replacing aging electrical systems, repairing roofs, and preserving historic features for future generations. This decade-long work is as much about modernization as preservation, ensuring the palace remains functional in an age of digital diplomacy and changing royal roles. There's also a debate brewing: should such a costly symbol of monarchy still exist in its current form? Supporters argue that it's a national treasure and global attraction, drawing millions in tourism revenue. Critics question the public expense. As the British monarchy adapts to the 21st century, Buckingham Palace will likely remain its heart, but perhaps with new purposes, more transparency, and a broader role in public life. Whatever the future holds, one truth is certain: its legacy as the world's most expensive home is secure, etched into history in stone.